reigning champions of the world, although not currently in EMEA. And they've got the speed up as well coming through, courtesy of the Jeff Bubbles.
It's one-sided Dino, and man, is he ever. Has his own sustain. It's really going to act as an anchor. You're going to have a kind of a hybrid style of the Captain America is going to be on off angles and harassing the backline, as you can see that Finzy's already trying to do, but the Venom has already marked him, and VP are looking to cap first. PULSAR have to step up.
Also under a lot of pressure here. That corrosive detonation is going to make sure the crisis on the other side
Sorry,
with the ice breathing through both heal and damage. It's going to be the next to fall.
What? PULSAR took the first point?
Back.
Yeah, what a big fight win. PULSAR playing very reactively, making sure that they just don't really rush things, especially with an Elsa. You're going to do that percentage health damage, so focus on, well, warding away the Captain America of Finzy, and then see if you can chunk down Nevix, because again, this point is very exposed. Not a lot of cover to play around or corners to do, so PULSAR will be front and center at the choke point, looking to make as much space for Ballas as possible. But now Sparker has made his way around and also is getting harassed himself by a Venom.
Yo, casters, we good? Yo, casters. Okay, fine, I'll take over the casting. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have a Venom giving someone the 19 inches on the high ground. Oh, shit. Okay, casting's done.
I'll get leg day back in a second. My bad, guys. But, I don't know. We'll see.
That was my casting.
Here very soon for Blur, who's just been constantly on top of VP, marking Sparker, who has the Galactic Legend, but Fire's already missing. So PULSAR 6v5 are giving it to the world champs of VP. Having a bit of a slow start, but it's how you finish that matters. At this point, it's looking like it might just be a 0 to 100 comeback. Galactic Legend now in the sky from Sparker, as PULSAR are out in the open. There is no shelter from the storm, and Sparker just finishes off everything that is served to him on a silver platter. And for the first time here on the Imperial Institute of Science, PULSAR will fall to their knees, and VP.
Jay, I'm starting to think you get us the bet wrong on purpose. Bro, Virtus, chat. Virtus Pro is a great team, bro. Just because one team is winning in the beginning doesn't mean they're going to win the game. If you lose the first team fight of a match, are you calling it a forfeit? Are you calling it a GG's? No, you keep playing until the end. Virtus Pro's not losing.
Shredder, if you will. A lot of straddles though for PULSAR to mitigate some of the issues that could come out of VP, and now here's the Feast of the Abyss, but the Soul Resurgence gives enough of a cushion to PULSAR, who not only live, but thrive even. Look at these punishes onto Virtus Pro. They drop two as soon as they dive, and the poke at a distance takes care of Sparker, who's now on the Phoenix. And now 40% and accumulating. VP will have to give this up. Nevix is trying to squeeze out everything he can, and now you have the invisible boundary.
Two different
boundary just to try and save Nevix. Saipe inside might be control, but the healing inside of the invisible boundary should be enough to keep them content for now. Going under the map, Dredro tries their best to grab up some both allies and enemies. It's Jeff towards the edge. Ballas knows they can't quite finish that one off for now, and DRP is going to be falling towards Terra Firma as punishment for that. The PULSAR are still in control, and Fincy dreams of keeping this one contested. There's so much damage that they have to deal with. Nevix taps in to try and deal with it for now as Dredro plays from far away. The joyful stream healing up multiple members of Virtus Pro as PULSAR pop out their Fate of Both Worlds. Crisis makes sure that everyone has all the healing and damage boosts they need to try and secure the objective.
Now PULSAR exhausted of ults, and now the final portals do come in. Overtime in favor of PULSAR. Sparker exposed, and you see Nevix trying to bail him out, but there's only so much he can do. Fire's also on the Strange, but he's finding himself behind the portal. It's just Soul Tactics, but now you got the Apex Predator claiming Finzy.
The Apex Predator is a big pull here from Ballas. Still, Saipe has plenty of space to work.
Wait, this new PULSAR team is really good. Wait a minute, maybe I kind of underestimated them. But I still think Virtus Pro is going to do really well. It's just that PULSAR is holding their weight right here. I like it.
Fincy's out of LOS, needs to retreat back towards the Invisible Woman, but Twitzy is quick on the trigger when it comes to chasing them down. Nevix gone as well, so there's no one to contest. And VP lose their debut domination round in our season.
Virtus Pro, bro. Uh-oh.
I mean, first, Pulsar just played reactively. They played so far back, they knew that they had to just mark where the Captain America was, and if you deny those off angles, you're gonna see Finzi coming. And if it's not him, then it's Nevix. Pulsar have the Elsa, who's just gonna be a Vanguard Shredder, as I said. And not only that, you have a brawler like Fi, and if he's not perfectly synced up
Finzi,
with his
zero
Vanguards, then
finals,
he's
bro?
also
Nevix,
gonna be
zero
very
finals? No, this is not the
exposed
team that I
and
know,
paid
chat.
attention to, and not in the way that
Fi
would have appreciated.
Fi
So
has
Fi
taken
won
more
fell
damage.
early. Pulsar got exactly what they wanted in these early fights.
Wait, where
and
was
they
it? No,
claimed
go
the
back. I
space.
gotta see that stat real quick. Go back, go back.
Pulsar got
Fi has... was he playing support the whole time? No, he wasn't, right?
exactly
he?
what they wanted in these.
In the nostrils, and the caffeine do be flowing. Virtus Pro, once again, looking out with the Devil Dinosaur.
Bro,
They prioritize
Fi has
heavily
taken
in their
more
draft
damage than
tactics
damage
and
he's
use
dealt.
of it.
Damage that... what, you guys know what I mean.
Found something other than the Star-Lord wanting to just play that distance battle and contest someone like Ballast. Pulsar switching it up too with the Emma, and the poke phase so strong, especially when you have Fi on the
He switched the Doctor
Mantis.
Strange to
But
TP to
is
the
it enough
point
for them to start
and
stepping
overtime.
forward? You have the divers of Pulsar right behind VP.
Already having forced that rejuvenation domains as well from Ladsis of Tilas. Almost has the God of Mischief ready to go. Ballast notes the approach of Finzi, getting onto that catwalk straight away to make sure that he doesn't feel any freedoms getting onto that back line. A quick chomp there coming through from Avena as well. Gives over a little bit of additional overhealth. Survivability, but doesn't need to be given over by the strategist. Redro looking for an eat towards the ground.
Oh!
It's a fully solid
Oh!
including two-man tie, by the way. I don't know if that's a plural.
Oh!
Tilas and the
God
other bugs will be
damn, that
squished
fucking
under the
eat
foot of
was
VP.
huge!
And sort of a different strat line. I guess I'm not used to seeing Fi on the third strategist.
was
This was a team that relied so much on the
insane.
double duelist. And how can you blame them? Now you have the damage boost onto Sparker so we can get better headshots going. And Tritro
That was insane, bro.
It just came down
Oh
to
yeah, I think sometimes YouTube does that, chat. Sometimes you go on
hungry
like the front
to
page on
force the
YouTube.
round 3. Now you gotta be careful of cover though.
I don't
'cause
think
the
it's a
silent
glitch.
seduction from
Just like how
DRP
sometimes Twitch
could
you can
lose
go
a
on the front
lot of
page.
value just based on the walls and the structure of this point, as all eyes are on Blur on how he puts pressure on Sparker.
Oh, Blur feeling the pressure himself right now from Sparker. The damage boost constantly applied to this Phoenix really is making him a tricky customer, as of course every
Nice aim.
has been buffed in Season 8, and well, Pulse...
Tainted Turtle, first pass of 81 months, my friend. Absolutely insane. That's a very long time. Crazy. How you doing?
Now they have an opportunity to move forward.
A lot more safety for Nevix on the Dino, going unprotected. The Psionic Seduction from DRP is trying to drag the strategist in, forcing Sparker to end Song Inferno. Crisis with the fate of both worlds just in time to bail out the team. Blur needs those resources.
Yeah, I remember Crisis being the DPS player like they said, chat. Crisis was that Bucky player that we watched. Now he's playing support. That's crazy.
Back and forth exchanges, one after the other, but now Ballast has to TP away from point as fast as possible. Nevix holding it down on the corner, out goes the glass strikes, but will anyone be caught within? It's more is the question. Seems like maybe two are dragged elsewhere, but Spark is still standing on business. Nevix has been taken down, Blur finally gets the Dark Depredations exactly where they need to be, and Pulsar flip point.
So far, so good, but Pulsar feels like Mount Everest that you have to overcome when it just takes so many ultimates.
I'd be
Strategist
very
ultimates
impressed
at
if
that,
Pulsar
and
takes
that's
this
the
first
advantage
map.
that VP
I'll be
has.
very
We'll see what
impressed.
Saipe will want to copy. There's a lot of options there, and Twitzy also making sure to just keep as far away as possible. You don't want to be run down by Finzi. I really have liked Pulsar's spacing. Well, I'll see if I liked him in this fight. Nevix has claimed one.
Oh, Ballast on the off angle could be in some danger. The shield throws going out for Sentinel Strike. Strikes true with Sparker there as the second Saipe has made it onto a point now. Taking over the Mantis duties from Fi temporarily off the back of that God of Mischief. But now Blur is just having so much troubles. Caught within the jaws of the dinosaur, and he chews through symbiote and flesh alike. Those teeth tear through everything. VP now one fight away from claiming the spaceport.
And I mean, Pulsar are gonna have to fight on the point
Crisis is still playing DPS because he's playing TikTok Luna. No. No, that does not work in pro play.
With the Groot. This is a Hail Mary play for Pulsar, hoping that someone is gonna have to touch it a few seconds. They tried to rely on picks, but you just have to focus down this Dino, who's gonna be the ultimate anchor.
Talus, appreciate the massive dono. That's not how many viewers I have, though. It's just like how YouTube has a front page. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Just like how Twitch has a front page.
Approaching a lot of healing cut off courtesy of the Ironwood wall, but now Blur's going to be isolated. There's nothing to stop him from being CC-able as you see Dredro.
Oh, he's waiting for the ult.
And attempts to try and shut it down straight away off the back of the Ensong Inferno, and DRP's there as well.
Poor Dredro.
Blur isolated from the rest of their team.
But I appreciate Talus.
Try and cut off any follow-up that might be coming through on the other side. Down goes the Ensong Inferno, but it's taken down. Sparker can't hit Terra Firma, and Vinci still thinks it's winnable. Out comes the Freedom Charge. Democracy reigns over this point, but will they get to choose to survive? PULSAR seem to be off into it so far. What a save from
Ooh, Sparker has really good aim. You know who taught Sparker how to aim like that, chat? Jay3. Sparker's actually a very, very heavy watcher on Jay3 streams.
Disengages, moving back to the remainder of their team for a momentary pickup of HP off the back of Saipe, ready to go with the God of Mischief.
Oh, no touch.
Oh, and they committed the portal too. Oof.
In time.
Yo, we have a tie game.
From, like you said, shutting down, killing, or eliminating Sparker.
We have a tie game.
Denied the Apex Predator from PULSAR's side. And Nevix has been so good at absorbing all the pressure. That is exactly what Dino is designed to do. Eating the psionic seduction from DRP.
My favorite thing right here is the Captain America stats. I hate, bro, Captain America seems like he's never doing anything, but he's such a huge distraction. He's 4-3 with one final hit and 8,000 damage, bro. His Jeff has more damage than Captain America.
Commanding a lot
nah,
of
that's wild.
Dino. At least in the initial stages, that's how
you
people
doing,
are
Crash?
figuring out how to counter a Dino.
Captain America is so annoying, man. Uh-oh. What's going on here?
A one-sided Dino, but only one war to decide who goes to series point. And when VP have cover, when Nevix
Bolus, appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. How you doing?
VP look like the better team, but we'll see how PULSAR will pull this off.
Saipe. Over on the Loki, this has definitely been a big swap. We know that Saipe has been a great Loki player and also got some buffs in Season 8, really focusing on the healing rather than the damage, but does mean that Nevix, who is greedy for that healing on the Devil Dance, has a great time surviving.
Oh, with the damage boost from Twitzy 2 onto Ballas, you can see that Nevix has to be a little bit more careful with how he plays around safety. He's already been brought down to half health, but I'm never really sensing too much danger from VP, and this is where things ramp up with the Soul Resurgence.
Soul Resurgence ready to go, and the Ironwood wall's down as well. Big strike towards the back coming from Spark with the Ensong Inferno. Isolation here onto DRP, surrounded and eviscerated.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Any better luck as Sparker just watches Ballas and Lapsi Sotila.
Young Dagger. Appreciate the massive 2 months, my friend. How you doing?
My goat.
Well, PULSAR will be on the retreat at least for now, and just these early ults have been huge for VP, but now that's off the table. Now the ball is in PULSAR's court. The Strangling Prison. There's not any real shields except maybe the Nevix Dino bubble at this point.
Yeah, I really like watching Sparker play. I'm a fan. You know why I'm a fan? Because when I watch Sparker play, it makes me realize this is the type of stuff that you guys watch when you guys watch me. Just like the crazy aim, the crazy mechanics, the wins. I see a lot of resemblance.
Damage continuously hit with that blade, looking for a quick grab, gets their own Devil Dinosaur, and the Ensong Inferno seemingly avoided for now. A nice body block coming through onto the Carbon Crush from Nevix to make sure that DRP cannot
Wait, did the Groot just use his ult?
Blur is off, Vinci traded on the other side. And so
the Groot just used his ult! What is he doing? Oh my god.
Forcing Sparker into this more submitted position, and it's down to Nevix to just try and keep this one contested. Momentarily sedated by the Mantis, but surrounded on so
There's
many
no way he just tried to ult that, bro. If he saved his ult and then switched, he would have had 50% ult charge, chat. You retain up to 50% ult.
Strategists who still remain up, and now he needs to peel against PULSAR, getting into the VP backline. Still 80%, despite Nevix not being here. VP are still kicking.
He was swapping hero. It doesn't matter if you're swapping hero, chat. If you swap heroes with ults, you still retain 50% ult. So you're 50% closer to your other ult.
Inferno. And now Nevix is back to just keep this one contested on the other side. Still PULSAR managed to flip in the midst of all of this chaos. DRP thinks that it still needs securing power, and so Veron Seduction is sent down the lane, but Sparker is unbothered knowing that Rejuvenation Domain is behind them. And VP say, hey, you know what? We got an ult out. We're out.
PULSAR will have to be flawless from here on out, and maybe we'll have enough time to pull off a portal. All depend on what Lapsus can do here with the dupe. Usually it's been a soul resurgence to be able to have that speed so he could really run down VP, but the biggest issue has been removing Nevix, who's actually sitting on the high ground. So VP are just not accessible. They're actually wrapping behind PULSAR.
Oh, how do you get rid of a Devil Dinosaur up here? The question is, do you even want to? Out comes the ultimate from a Devil Dinosaur. Can't be kicked back for now. Instead, they just give up a little bit of space. Needs to pop their shield into Regeneration Domains. Saipe coming through with the God of Mischief. Likely has access now to the Soul Resurgence, copied over from 5. That's extra movement speed as well. And this is where the Dinosaur gets real scary. Dredro looking for an eat, manages to grab DRP. Needs to let go of their own Phoenix for now and send DRP off the map. It's well managed. And PULSAR are falling apart at the seams. Twitzy starts to cook with a portal to return as the pentagram of Ferala opens.
And Dredro saved his team from the Feast of the Abyss and also himself, if you think about it. VP, though, will have to ward away against the reinforcements. The portal's getting body blocked by a big old dino, and Finzi pinching on the other side. PULSAR need to get in this point.
Now they're not going to be able to have it to come back up. Out comes the Glartrox.
Oh, that's a fat Glartrox, I think. Oh.
With the Ensong Inferno.
Never mind.
And it's Lapsus Sotilas, who's broken
Look big.
under the cosmic power of the Phoenix. The approach of Crisis stopped by Finzi. Fist after fist flies furiously from the hands of the Icelandic Titan. Off goes the Hulk. It was a brave attempt from DRP, but unfortunately you need more than bravery to turn this one around. And despite an ignominious start from Virtus Pro, PULSAR pulse their last. And that's going to be Domination going the way of the Bears.
And Finzi with the lawful good backhand of the day.
And weren't you guys the ones that were saying, oh, Jay3 cursed, oh, Jay3, I'm never listening to you again, Jay3. Nah, PULSAR is doing really well, though. I think they got a lot of new pickups, and they're basically like a brand new team. They are doing really well, though.
Get back into this map.
They are doing really, really well. It's not over yet, though. Andrea, appreciate it, 100 bits. I hope you're having a great day.
UK and Hero should as well. We do some mean.
That's a good game. I am really glad that this isn't just a roll, though. It looks like PULSAR is carrying their weight, and they are doing a very good job against the former 2025 champions.
But they double down. Nevix gets the additional healing from having Saipe on the Loki, which is a lot of sustainability compared to the Invisible Woman, who's still a strong healer as a strategist, but not quite as much as Saipe is on their magical Loki. We will see to see if PULSAR can clap back.
What happened on YouTube, 67K watching? It's, I'm pretty sure what's going on is like... Chat, you guys need to understand something. Sometimes on different platforms like YouTube, like Twitch, I don't know any other platforms because I don't really watch any other platforms. There is a thing called the front page. You can go on the front page of Twitch, the front page of YouTube Live. You can do all this stuff. Sometimes it boosts your viewership. Yes. Also, this is just a good example to say. You remember when you guys say Twitch is better than YouTube? How come Twitch is at 3.7K? YouTube's at 72K. I don't know, man. Maybe YouTube is taking over. Maybe I'm a YouTube streamer now, chat. What are your guys' thoughts? But yes, I do think it's the front page. Sometimes you can apply for the front page. Sometimes they give you the front page randomly. Chat, yes, front page. Front page. Also, one thing that you guys should know, stop looking at view count. If someone is a great streamer and you like watching them and they have 5 viewers or 2 viewers or 10 viewers, watch them, bro. View count does not mean better. In Jay3's case, it does, but view count does not mean better. Everyone starts out somewhere. I was a streamer for 5 viewers I remember the first time I started streaming, I streamed every single day for 12 hours to 5 people for the first 8 months. Every day, 12 hours, 5 people. Yeah, you have to... Yeah, everyone starts out somewhere, man. Okay, what are we doing here? Oh, the next game starts in a minute. Awesome. 12 hours? Yeah, I used to stream 12 hours a day. I still stream 12 hours a day. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are those still five still subscribed? No, there's 5 viewers. I never said 5 subscribers, but I believe I have 2 or 3 of them still here, yeah. More like 6 hours and less view party. That is definitely a lie.
Virtus Pro back in the saddle like they never left it, getting the victory here, but went down to the wire. I mean, PULSAR, how are you feeling they look so far like that?
I'm cautiously optimistic about PULSAR. Obviously, this is the first we're seeing of their new roster, and they're going up against VP, which is a tough first draw.
Yo, is everything okay with is everything okay with leg day? He seems to be frozen.
Ballas is looking strong, and obviously Crisis, the role swap, has been very impressive. But you're going up against the GOAT, Lemon, so
yeah. Let's say Sparker MVP duelist again. First, the Star-Lord. I think he was able to win a pretty important fight on the Imperial Science Center. It's a really long
Imperial Institute of Science.
That's the one. I have the rap gone through my. But then he swapped to the Phoenix, which I think allowed him to play even further back and be less accessible to people like an Elsa or anything like that. And it gave him more survivability to play off the Ensong Infernal.
Wait, chat. There are tournaments going on at the same time for Apex Legends, Marvel Rivals, and Overwatch. This is crazy. J3 thoughts.
Of some sort, and maybe if you're lucky, a Raging Royal
I don't
Flush,
get it. What
which
do you,
wasn't in this game. But
what do you want my thoughts
on
on?
Top in the stats, dropping 40K is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, seeing, you know,
I think it's good that games are doing tournaments.
Overall stats here for Burn and T'Challa, right? I mean, Saipe, I like the swap over to the Loki. I feel like some teams have been hesitant to play Loki too much in this specific meta. But
KCA is basically kills, casualties, and assists. They don't say deaths. So it's kills. It's literally KDA. Kills, deaths, assists, but it's kills, casualties, assists.
I mean, seeing, you know, DRP playing on that Hulk's a kind of crazy thing as well. So seeing, you know, the specifics here for Virtus Pro, I mean, Nevix did a great job on the Dino. I'm expecting big things from that in the future as well. For Convoy, though, Museum of Contemplation, I'm not too surprised, Lemon, that this is what we're going into.
Yeah, this is going to be good for PULSAR. I still think they're very competitive, but also the Domination game type has been historically one of the weakest for Virtus Pro, and even then, it just took them, I feel like, a round to warm up and get to the composition that they knew how to counter PULSAR against. But Leg Day, we know historically that this is a very good front-to-back map.
Yeah, this is a map where
they want to be different. I don't think it's they want to be different. I think it's a
if they ban the Devil Dinosaur, which definitely seemed like
their NetEase is a Chinese company, and I don't think they like saying death as like a statistic. I don't know. I'm not so sure. I'm just guessing.
Only the Devil Dinosaur made it a little bit too difficult.
Or no, maybe Disney. Disney maybe doesn't want to say death.
And speaking of dinos, we'll see who
yeah, maybe it's because it's a Disney thing.
Map too,
that might be true.
Get to play. And I think Dino is really the strongest on Domination because you just want to be able to stay in one place. It's not the most mobile guy in the world, but Dino is just incredibly sustainable because it's one of the few Vanguards that can actually heal itself, and it allows you to play that hybrid style, like I said, especially when we highlighted Finzi and his ability to be anywhere but the objective in a great way. There's so much you can do off the point, and that's why I think VP were very successful.
Okay, so first save's going to be going the way of Devil Dinosaur for both teams this time, which, well, if you can't beat them, join them, I suppose. For PULSAR, Mantis is going to be taken off the board. The Respect coming the way of Phi this time after it did manage to slip through the entirety of a draft last time, just like, oh, we don't need to ban Mantis because they've protected the Daredevil, but now we might see even more squeeze on the Phi hero port. I wouldn't be surprised to see VP once again protect the Daredevil here.
Yeah, really like continuing to ban the Black Cat because I just know Fi was probably told to learn that, and or Sparker really, but Fi was probably told go learn Black Cat, and now he's probably rank 1 Black Cat. So continuing to get rid of that because it's so difficult to counter, and like Vod was alluding to, the strategist is the way that you're
Elsa
trying to
is not
right
a threat
now,
anymore to be banned. No.
Lokis, you just make it a fun
AG,
little mini game
appreciate the
for
master
any
3
divers
months. Hope
coming
you're having a
your
great
way
day.
of which one's the real Loki, and then you throw in a Luna or even a White Fox team up to have the double charms. It's a lot of pressure on the strategist to live in this meta.
Yeah, like you're living through hell in many cases if you're a strategist. I wouldn't mind seeing a White Fox ban here from Virtus Pro actually, given they do have access to the Daredevil. The White Fox seems to be the most.
I do like the
survivable
backgrounds that they have
strategist
now.
when it
Kind of
comes to dealing
clean,
with
chat. Kind of
melee
clean.
dives, and we know that that's a big part of
Or maybe I should go over
at
here.
the moment, and just dive in general is incredibly strong. As maybe you want to try and skip that front to back, we're actually going to get rid of the Loki, which we did see Lapsis picking up over on being as the T'Challa. So this is very much a part of the PULSAR game plan, which could now be somewhat scuppered.
And this is also homework that VP has done, because even in map 1, they have not banned the Black Hat that was available to PULSAR, and they just really didn't play it. So again, if you're able to conserve some of these bans to focus on things like the strategist, you know that a very threatening person on the PULSAR side has been Crisis, and making sure his options are limited, just really Elapsis and Crisis options are limited, is going to be key here for VP. Kind of surprised to see a Protect on the Invisible Woman. She's pretty weak again in the Dino meta right now because the bleed gets her out of Invis, but clearly is still very capable despite the nerfs on her push.
Yeah, like the push also not really interacting with the dinosaur as well as another downside.
Can you explain the ban phase? You ban for the other team, but you save for your team. That's basically what it is. So if you ban Punisher, the other team can't play Punisher, but you can still play Punisher. And then you also have saves. You cannot save a character that's been banned. So if you ban Punisher, the other team cannot save Punisher. You have to save it before they ban it.
And we'll focus more on the defensive composition right now, and Fi has been hovering over kind of being the utility bot, whether it's the Mantis that we saw in Stellar Spaceport to now the Ultron, when you have more verticality to play with, and especially the buffs on the Ultron Ultimate. Fi could be just as much of a duelist threat, if you will, on the strategist.
Oh, speaking about Elsa, Virtus Pro still plays Elsa on this map.
With the Dino and the Deadpool,
interesting.
section off what could
Very,
be a Dino on the other
very,
side, and
very
we'll be on that.
interesting. Oh, I gotta move back down here.
Yep, Blur just going to be able to match when it comes to Devil Dinosaur versus Devil Dinosaur. And we are seeing these rare returns of a Vanguard Deadpool, especially when it comes to a matchup against Devil Dinosaur, just because it's so easy to hit crits onto the Devil Dino. It does mean you can farm your XP incredibly quickly.
So far, so good. The Moon Knight special comes out with the Groove. This is just going to be a guaranteed win condition if DRP can get a big strangling prison. There is some flank, though, from VP, and even Finzy's back there causing trouble. PULSAR's attention is a little split, but still focused on pushing off this Dino, which right now Nevix is not unhealthy, but he is giving up a lot of space, and you need to see Finzy kind of achieve something back here, pull these strategists away, or VP are just going to get bulldozed. They're stuck at the choke point.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. Jay, answer me. Why do pros love Museum of Contemplation? That would be an answer or a question you should ask the teams. I don't know how you want me to answer that, man. I'm sorry.
The Cosmic Yarn Amplifier from Lapsis is perfectly timed to push through the end of first.
That's the thing. It's VP tried to do so much, and while that was being set up, PULSAR pushed, and I like that tempo shift, and especially when you utilize a Groot, it's gonna be good for these sections of the map through these doorways, and DRP is strangling prison.
I will say,
and of
though,
course you have the Moon Knight ready to pull that trigger. If VP are too grouped up,
PULSAR Esports, man, so I'm starting to become a fan of them, bro. They are they're a good team.
Is not overly worried about taking a 1 versus 1 against Spark.
You were pro before, so I assume you know the strategy behind the pick. I was a pro in Overwatch back in 2016-17. This is 2026 Marvel Rivals, chat. It's a little different.
Follow up here with the hands of Khonshu, but it was up on the wall, and so we're a little bit far away from the detonations of the claws.
It just was slightly mistimed, and it was only on Sparker, who just simply flew away out of the storm. 2 ultimates for no eliminations. Absolutely sucks, if I'm honest, for PULSAR, but they'll try to stabilize off the invisible boundary, and that is enough to catch Nevix with the slow.
Wait, what? He ulted in the room? Okay, that's It's a little interesting.
Once again, caught in the corner. Where can you go, Dreedra? But into the jaws.
What am I watching? A white fox against a dinosaur just in a corner, just smacking each other.
Just has to try and get out of here, extricate himself the safest way possible.
Twitzy is also staying on the Moon Knight, and you have that kind of same match here from Sparker along with Finzi, and they should be grouped up for that kind of same combo. Now VP are stuck at these choke points, so Nevix needs to step up, and Saipe, ever so patient with the Fate of Both Worlds. PULSAR have the damage boost.
All right, Saipe going to try and rebuff this one using the Fate of Both Worlds. Can't break through the group walls easily though, and so drags the remainder of VP forward once they are broken. Finzi looking to try and isolate.
Where can I go to see the pro team's rosters? You can type !MRI, or you could go to the esports tab in the games, in the game itself, and look at whoever you want.
On the Moon Knight, but it is easy headshots, and he can work as an Ankh himself. Down come the hands of Khonshu. Up comes the Dinosaur. Crisis has fallen down now, and Twitzy is going to be joining them in a similar fate as Sparker just does their best to brawl on out when faced with these PULSAR aggressors. So we're now down to 3 minutes worth of attacking time.
The Moon of Khonshu comes out without a strangling prison from both sides, so that'll be the big win condition for DRP and Finzi. I need VP though to be very careful how much space they give out and also how they break back in. I think
is this going to be a repeat?
This is going to be not only a Groot Shredder,
is this going to be a repeat of the Fire Strays and Reason Gaming, where they had 5.5 minutes to cap second point and they got full held?
They need to also protect themselves, and you don't have an easy shield without an invisible woman. Maybe Dreedra can help, but you don't have a straddled against the strangling prison. We'll see if DRP can get more value out of it this time.
Oh, Bless has to use all of their defensive engagement.
They work.
Which means they won't be able to frontline for a
Chat,
while.
everything works, bro. You just gotta use your commands, man.
Down the walls behind it as Fire just focuses in their damage on survivability, but it's not enough to try and save Sparker. Finzi wants to turn around in her own right. A pair of Vanguards inside of a strangling prison, but follow-up's not really going to be there. It's just got to be Saipe with the raw mechanic to take down Ballast. The Battle Recall Beacon does its job. Nevik tries to isolate DRP and keep them away from the health pack. Looks towards the back. Where can Crisis go? But into the jaws of Fate.
Oh my god, Nevik's got deleted. Holy. And I'm actually really surprised at the support that he grabbed at Live.
But the raw damage can still get something done on the other side. VP have cashed in all of their resources right now to try and turn this one around when PULSAR saw a lick of momentum, and still Blur believes it's winnable. Out comes the Fox form, tries to turn it around. Dreedra into the melee, and Saipe behind them with a Fate of Both Worlds.
Yeah, Twitzy with the Star-Lord has been really mobile and hard to lock down. As soon as VP step out in the open, their Vanguards have really been
Oh my
punished.
god, this
Nevix
Devil Dinosaur is going crazy,
how he
bro.
goes for these kidnaps, and Twitzy is, well, very aggressive.
Say goodbye to Sparker. A quick sanctuary erected there by the White Fox after a TP, just gives a momentary little bit of safety for VP to try and work with. Sparker's going to be able to come back with their own ultimate here, but it's going to take a moment to try and commute, and so Nevix has to step onto the cart and put their body on the line to keep this one from moving forward. Blur isolates the strategist for about a second to try and keep all of that healing away from the remainder of VP. Sparker takes to the skies. DRP going to be one of the primary targets here.
Oh, bro, getting someone so low and not finishing him off is so tilting.
To avoid their doppelganger from the time stream, and Sparker now looks once again towards Crisis. Soul grabbed by Emma. Quick flip comes through. Invisible boundary drawn up now by Crisis. For slow and for survivability could be all that PULSAR need to try and turn this one around once again. Ballast comes in close. Finzi's fallen down. The element guns are getting it done as Twitzy moves away. Needs to try and get away from Nevix. The Dinosaur's scary, but you know what's scary? A dual element
Oh
guns
my
that
god, he
amplified
shredded
by
it,
the
bro.
Cosmic Yarn
Bro,
itself.
50 bullets? 50 bullets in the damage, what do you call it? The damage boost from the
This is where the
40% from Rocket? Oh my god, dude.
I don't think locked anyone down with the strangling prison, or just fell like pretty much immediately. VP were so good at retakes and taking so much time off this clock, but now they want to rob this. Emma Frost, DRP will activate the diamond form to have that damage reduction to get towards the strategist. So kind of a nice approach for VP, but they won't have that portal for later on. Here is now the Psionic Seduction.
Attempt to try and get that seduction in. So Dr. Strange will kneel beyond the might of Emma Frost. Saipo's there with the rescue, and Fires come out on the Daredevil. VP want to get up close and personal, and they are going to have the double charms off the back of both the White Fox and the Lunar Snow to try and make that one happen. Nevix has access to their own ultimate, but Twitzy has an excellent angle here to try and make
I want to see this.
With the Galactic Legend. First,
I actually don't think he's going to get any kills, but let's see.
Towards the back line, once Saipe out comes the White Fox. The Kumiho form is
Hey, go aggressive. You can still probably kill one of the supports. At least
Jojo is happy
Saipei.
popping that. They really wanted to take the fight anyway, so you will trade that with the Galactic Legend as Finzi tries to jump out and block the end song Inferno. And now both Vanguards of VP are victims. PULSAR need every ounce of momentum they can get, but VP absolutely shredded PULSAR's time bank. But it's about how far you can get and where this finish will be, which PULSAR are already halfway to the end of the map. But it will be an overtime, which means you need to take
I
the
really
fight
do hope
basically on
PULSAR
top
takes this
of the
map.
float, which will be very tricky. But this
I want to see a good game, Chad. I want to see a good game, bro.
Thrive, along with the Rocket Raccoon.
I want to see a map 3. I don't want to see these 2 zeros, bro. 2 zeros are boring.
Ultimate, trying to really access someone like Crisis or Lapses. If you deny those straddles, VP could just win out right here.
Dreams of letting the devil out, but it's got to be the Galactic Legend that's woven first towards the back. Jay3 Socials lets loose of a Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, and now Spark is taking risks, continuing to peek into this one, going up against their counterpart. Where can Twitzy go? A quick stellar shift here and there as Fire begins to unleash the devil onto the back line of PULSAR, but it's been a little turnaround. It's the invisible boundary from Crisis that turns it again. Finzy's gone too far. It needs to be now or never. They've put it all on the line to make a backline dive work, and it seems like they've come up a natural 20 on their strike. A critical hit onto the back of PULSAR,
I will
and
never
VP stopped the
understand. It's
advancement
been
on third.
almost what, a year that this character's been out. I will never understand how
PULSAR
Daredevil
at
players
the
play this
plot
game, bro.
armor for
It
a
seems like they're
while.
just literally
Still a
smashing
very
buttons.
valiant push to go
I don't know.
almost to the end of
But
this match.
that was a really
lot
good
of teams
push by
sometimes
PULSAR.
even just
That was a really
straight
good
up get
push.
caught on the first point. So PULSAR almost made it to the end with the different swaps, and having both strategist ultimates at the end made that a good tug of war.
That was
But
a
if there's
really
anything
good
about
push by
VP is that the
Pulse
P
by
stands for
Pulse by
patience.
PULSAR.
And
PULSAR,
the
push,
Galactic
push,
Legend and
push
the Let the Devil
by
Out
PULSAR.
force out
PULSAR,
the straddles.
PULSAR
But
by
once those
Pulse.
had expired, so did Crisis and so did Lapses. VP will set up camp on top of your backline, and if you don't trade backlines or do something about it, the fight will eventually go VP's way. But that's still, like I said, a very good pace for PULSAR to set, and VP have to match that, or we're going to map 3.
I'd agree here, Lemon. This is an incredibly defensively favored map. We see so many holds on first and second.
I never played Marvel Rivals, but I watched
I'd say
one
we see a
game
lot
of
of holds
UJ,
on
and
third,
I
but
went
we
from
rarely get
Bronze
to
3 to
third.
Bronze
So
2. Hey,
I think PULSAR are
I
pretty
call that
happy
a
with how
W.
things are. Have a look at the stats screen here. Like, does this look like a defensive victory for VP? I dare say no.
Yeah, jeez. The 22,000 from Sparker. I love the different choices that he's brought out, including from, what, the Moon Knight. I mean, there was Moon Knight originally from both sides, but the Sparker Punisher has been huge to deal with the Groot, which is forcing PULSAR to now other levels of strategy off the Groot to the Emma and the Dino, which has really been what's defining the meta right now, especially against other Dinos.
Yeah,
Putting that Emma shield
Crisis
on
moved
the
to
other
PULSAR
side of the
Gaming, and now
Dino,
he's a
those
support player.
seconds where the Dino
A
goes
lot of pros
unwatched
that are
is
DPS
critical.
move to support.
Could define
Guess it's
this
the lack of
first fight.
support mains
But
out there.
now Phi is not gonna be
Chat,
any
if you
kind
guys
of Moon
ever
Knight, but
want to
rather
go
Phoenix,
pro
you
in a
need
video
really good
game,
line
just
of
play
sight to go
support.
for
Apparently
picks.
there's a lack of
Ballas
support
at
players in
range
this
doesn't need the elephant
this
gun.
game.
The shotgun will do exactly what they need going up against Sparker, and so VP, they're going to just disengage back to the drawing board.
Foxy
There's gonna be
Moon,
additional
pre-spaz in 2
damage
months.
coming through here from Twitzy off the back of those drones placed on Ballas.
And that's the tricky part, right? Moon Knight doesn't necessarily need line of sight to do damage. You kind of just throw the frisbee of death and hope for the best. But as soon as Phi turns the corner, PULSAR paid attention. It is going to be Phi versus Ballas. Again, PULSAR rely on the Elsa. That has been around their identity to try and chunk through these Vanguards of VP.
Raw hit scan talent, that's what Sparker says he has, and here he's going to be able to prove it. Just headshot after headshot. It's a big hitbox that means that Nevix and Blur just having to constantly rotate away from each other. Out comes the Glatrox. Is the damage going to be done? It seems like for now everyone's been pretty well-minded. Crisis temporarily stunned inside of the invisible boundary, and you're just seeing clear of them for now. 5-4 to take to the skies. The Endsong Inferno has a long way to go before it hits Terra Firma, and so is likely going to be easily destroyed on the descent, but still manages to win
Yeah, I
back.
don't think that's going to do anything to the Devil Dinosaur, bro. Hitting him with that ult, that's just going to tickle him.
Your problem, and indeed, Finzy is seeing many a problem here as VP are too split up to deliver the heals onto their Vanguard. Still Sparker and Saipei. I think the dynamic duo can do it. Rolling on forward, everyone just managed to back away. DRP gets isolated, doesn't want to use their own ultimate, but can be resurrected here by the Battle Recall Beacon. And so when you trade two ultimates for one
I
piece
would have
of
pushed
utility,
forward,
it's
been
that
aggressive
Cosmic
with that
Yarn
ult. I'm
Amplifier.
actually actually really
Balance
surprised they
begins
went
to feel the
passive.
pressure and begins to crush
Oh, shit.
VP
Virtus Pro's getting
under
their...
it, and they're not becoming
Wait, what's it
diamonds,
called, chat?
they're
What do the
becoming
kids say?
gold.
BTA.
And the spacing from PULSAR has been fantastic. I know Emma Frost is
Oof.
distracting, guys, but we really punished her ulted at Emma, who was kind of in cover. I mean, huge play for someone like DRP to sacrifice themselves, allow the rest of PULSAR to get to safety after initially maybe not having the best invisible boundary just to stabilize, but that was enough to draw VP to their last 90 seconds. We may not even get to see the rest of this map if VP don't lock in.
A Jurassic Rampage here from Nevix, trying to get all of his damage over onto Blur. The question is, will the Battle Recall Beacon be up in time? Seems like it still hasn't come off of cooldown, so it's going to be a long return here for Blur. May decide to go over onto the Doctor Strange instead to try and teleport back as Fire tries to get stuck in here on Matthew Murdoch. Justice is certainly blind as it gives out a huge amount of damage. Ballast taken down before the Glass Rocks can really get anything done.
See, I don't understand what Daredevil players do when they're playing the game.
Into the invisible boundary. We did not see the Emma Frost.
Oh, poor Blur, bro. Poor Blur.
Devil's chains and Devil's flicks. Fi just finishes them off in style.
Poor guy, man.
Yeah, I'm
Poor
pretty down
guy.
to be greeted by an Emma Frost like that.
You
but
know
I
what,
don't-
me too, bestie.
You know what? You know what? Dap me up. But anyway,
True.
VP are really suffering in the time bank. Like, this really needs to be a perfect push from here on out. And Finzi, you don't get to see him every day on the Emma Frost, but they really just are going for the
Strange
years
was
against
exactly
PULSAR.
where he
And again,
wanted to
Emma's
be,
very
in
strong
Emma
into
Frost's
the dino,
hands.
but also
What?
alongside the dinos. So now with the triple strategist, you're investing everything into Ballast, where the Apex Predators are still trying to claim enough bodies, and now Finzi will drag them in.
Sonic Seduction, but will any mines be grabbed inside of the invisible boundary? There's relative safety here for PULSAR to try and work with. So Crisis rebuffs the incoming damage, but now what do you have to try and deal with the final judgment of Sparker? The Rage of Ultron can't dare to peek.
That is insane, bro. He put so many shots into that Devil Dinosaur, and that Devil Dinosaur just walked away, bro. Oh my god.
In her own right, DRP on the other side, looking for any victims, but the walls of the Museum of Contemplation for now seem to be doing more than enough to try and get rid of the cunning wiles of the Emma Frost. Stuck in place momentarily by a smoke demon. A lot of damage taken here by DRP, but it's well managed to just give over extra charge for the strategists.
I just love a flanking Emma playstyle. DRP, I could watch this all day, and this Apex Predator falls again. VP will not be prey this time, but Sparker will be the first victim. Invisible boundary first from Dredro, and of course PULSAR very accessible, but now the Rocket Raccoon ultimate is still up despite the Endsong Inferno raining down, and now more strategist ultimates
Virtus
come
Pro
out of
wins this,
VP
bro.
to
They
sustain
have to
this.
win this. If Virtus Pro does not win this team fight, I'd be
With the
actually
Rampage,
very
yet another return
surprised.
from Sparky, yet another new character, Star-Lord.
They
going
are
to go on.
not
Tries to make
winning
something
this.
happen here, but with
Wow.
VC down, VP do not have the meat
Wow,
to
bro.
stay on the point, and both Vanguards are down.
Damn.
For now, and only basically a minute to go for VP, and losing a fight after using both strategist ult, it may just be the nail in the coffin for this map.
Sparker
Crisis is
on
gonna be able to
Ultron?
Maybe win this with a good
We're
invisible
taking
boundary,
Sparker
and
off
you've gotta
DPS
mark
and
where
putting him on
DRP
Ultra.
is.
Bro,
This
chat,
flanking
no.
style of Emma
Not the
is very
GOAT, dude.
uncommon,
The
and
guy
I mean, last
who
time
won
he used
MVP
his
of
ultimate,
last
DRP was
grand
behind
finals and
VP,
won
but
is
right
now
they
playing Ultra.
focus on what is ahead of them, and this is this Dino.
Get another swap as VP scramble for answers. The Ultron now unveiled. Camera players disengage.
It's the oh my god, it's the Sentinel special. I love it.
It's gonna be a reaggression
That's the
coming
new
through
name for it.
instantly.
It's the
Nice
Sentinel
bubble off the
special.
back
You
of
take your
Dinosaur.
best player and you put them on
Instantly
support.
tries to save the Ultron. Indeed, that is enough time. Crisis forced to use the invisible boundary, but for now, PULSAR
You take your
is
best
strong to the
DPS
end of
player. Well, I mean, they're
one
both
fight
great DPS
worth
players,
of
but you take a
room
great
remains.
DPS
They
player and you put
open
them on
up with their own
support.
Sonic Seduction, but that's a lot of damage for DRP to take back there.
And VP needs to think about touching soon. You survived the first wave of PULSAR. Will you survive the Apex Predator? It's the Vanguard's claimed here from VP as Sparker pressures back against PULSAR.
The damage is good. Instantly the bubble gets popped. The ice wall is erected behind the Devil Dinosaur, but the healing can still be given over by the more vertical members of that support core. Down to the floor.
Oh, man.
Hit. The Endsong Inferno
Oh, oh my. We're going to a map 3!
They've run out of members. They've run out of second chances, and they've run out of answers. PULSAR
Virtus
once again
Pro
flash out their
getting
signal
held
across
on
the stars,
second
and it's one
point
of
by
vengeance and
PULSAR.
ambition as they're 1-1.
From a flawless
Chad, this is
group
fire.
stage in the preseason to dropping their first map in the very first match.
Virtus Pro
you could tell
dropping
this new meta
a
is really
map in
shaking
their
them,
very
and I think
first map
especially
of
that
stage
ban onto
1,
the
bro.
Captain
Oh,
America.
snap.
We've seen a lot of Vanguard changes from the VP side,
Oh,
and ultimately
snap.
not able to match ban for ban, no matter how much they tried to mirror Pulsar.
That's
What
insane.
a performance from
Pulsar's
this
looking like a really
retooled
good
and
team.
revitalized roster. We go to map 3, and it's
Pulsar's
Virtus
looking
Pro's
like a really
choice.
good team,
We'll see
man.
what happens after this.
And when you wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rebels to the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals again until the end.
See a lot of old Overwatch pros in this game. Yeah, I mean, I think Overwatch is one of those games where it's very hard. I think Overwatch is a very hard game. But Overwatch is one of those games where, you know, it's very hard. There's a lot of things going on, and I think you see a lot of pros from Overwatch go to different games. I mean, I've seen pros from Overwatch go to Apex. I've seen pros from Overwatch go to Valorant. I've seen pros from Overwatch go to, you know, Marvel Rivals. But you know what's very crazy is I've never seen a pro from another game go to Overwatch. I think if you get really good at, like, hero shooters, I think that skill transfers over to any other game. But it doesn't work the other way around. Yeah. Why is Virtus Pro struggling? You guys need to understand. Some metas are better for some players, bro. Just like some teams. Some teams perform really well in a certain meta, and when the metas change, they don't perform well at all. You have to be consistent. You have to get with the times, man. Just because Virtus Pro, I mean, they're a bunch of great players, don't get me wrong, but when they win one season, that doesn't mean you're going to win the next season, chat. Take Virtus Pro for an example again. Virtus Pro did not make it to the mid-season playoffs last year to China. They lost. They didn't make it to LAN, but they stuck together. They stayed together, and they moved to they ended up making it to the finals, the grand finals, and they ended up winning the grand finals. It's metas change. Characters get buffed. Characters get nerfed. Some characters are better than others. Some characters get announced and released into the game. It's different. Yeah, man. It's a whole new thing, man. It's a whole new thing. Jay, I have a pro scene question. What are your thoughts on feet? What? How is that a pro question? What? No, bro. What in the world is going on, dude?
To Virtus Pro getting back to their championship performance is going to be a long one, especially.
Didn't Kaluj go back to Overwatch? I mean, I'm pretty sure he did, but also I heard when he went back to Overwatch, he was like losing a lot of games and he wasn't like touching the point. They were C9ing a lot. I don't know. I don't follow Overwatch esports. Yo, Gates, appreciate the bands of Dodo on YouTube, my friend.
To buy my life savings on these next few games, who do I go with?
Who do you, the next, I think Virtus Pro is winning this game, and the next game between Rad and Alter, I think Rad Esports is going to win that.
The ammo, how you're scaling off the energy, and where you're positioning. And it's how you set up these duelists for success in our MVP being Ballast. Because
but Gates, appreciate the massive dono. Also,
46,000 damage on Elsa.
Kiyaka Lama, appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome.
I'm gobsmacked.
Wait, they kicked him off Team Liquid?
Like,
so wait.
Even a full game, bro. That was like 5 points.
So is he not playing professionally right now?
That's insanity,
that sucks.
Honestly, from Ballast on that end. But I think it just goes to show like how good Elsa still is here leg day. We were talking about it with Ryan in the previous half of the show, and I feel like a lot of teams still hesitant to play that duelist, even though they still have so much lethality.
Yeah, like, it definitely feels like, especially when you're looking at such a big health bar like Devil Dinosaur, you are able to interact with that very well as the Elsa, because not only are you getting headshots with your primary fire, but also obviously your Monster Piercer can really take advantage of a tightly knit, very front-to-back team by doing that percentage HP damage and piercing through the Devil Dino, who's often going to be inadvertently body blocking for the remainder of their team as well.
I mean, Jen, I think you have some thoughts about Virtus Pro going to Central Park here.
Yeah, and it's Central Park has that choke point. So many teams just can't even cap the point, let alone see the rest of Central Park. But for me, it's going to be about the Vanguard bans. You saw how much that Captain America ban affected Virtus Pro. That was their bread and butter.
Well, going into Convergence Central Park, a last-ditch effort for the world champions in Virtus Pro. Can they turn it around and get their first series win? Or will PULSAR Esports get our biggest upset to date of Stage 1? We'll find out on Central Park.
Indeed we will, Audible. This is going to be a very telling ban phase. Will Virtus Pro once again bend the knee and try and get that first ban on Devil Dino? Of course, both of our teams are prioritizing the Gambit to start off with, as he's still Thanos. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, he's still the best strategist in the game, probably the best character in the game by a wide margin. But we're often seeing this move towards, oh, is that it? Okay, yeah, it's going to be Devil Dinosaur Protect coming through from Virtus Pro, and so PULSAR Esports to say front to back. Yeah, we're down, bro. We're cool with that.
Yeah, and it's tough to play front to back against a Dino unless you have something that can do kind of health percentage damage, like an Emma,
Angel,
like
appreciate it 7 months. I hope you're having a great day.
But I think VP's name of the game has been so much of the flanks, whether it's the Daredevil from Fi and the Captain America from Finzi. That was generated a lot of success for them on Burn and T'Challa. But Black Cat still is the name of the game for PULSAR to just get that out of the way. Virtus Pro don't have to waste it on that like they have, or they just are focusing on the strategist. And right now I'm wondering, is there going to be a ban on that Captain America? Because PULSAR have to protect first, but that's got to be a consideration.
Okay, Invisible Woman once again grabbed from the ETH. The question is, Virtus Pro here, would they get rid of a Rocket Raccoon, or would they get rid of the Ultron? I'd say Ultron's probably the more powerful of the two, but we know that Twitzy is more than capable of swapping over to a secondary duelist like a Star-Lord. We don't know if Twitzy's got like that melee pool on them, like maybe they've got like a Black Cat or a Daredevil, which thus far hasn't received any ban attention. Loki going to be taken off the field here at Virtus Pro once again. They are just all in on getting rid of these strategists and trying to constrain the options of PULSAR, but PULSAR still have all of the strategists that they won with on Museum of Contemplation.
Yeah, Loki was used on Burn and T'Challa, and it just makes it a giant time waster for Virtus Pro, who are going to protect that Captain America, and I'm very glad to see that. That is a huge strength of theirs, and people have been trying to figure out what can you ban against Virtus
the Wolverine
Pro.
banner. What the hell did you do? Why are you blaming me, bro? What
that is? So yeah, the Loki means that, well, Finzi doesn't have to waste time
Marvel Rivals said the banner's bugged right now, but the next update it should be fixed, and you should be able to claim it.
On if he can dodge the Luna freeze, if he can live through the multiple charms, if the White Fox comes out again, then Finzi can have more staying power in this backline.
Yeah, like, also maybe force out the White Fox as well. Like, the White Fox to try and answer your dives could mean that maybe there's a little bit more room for Devil Dinosaur to try and make something happen, or your poke heroes to try and make something happen, because, like, White Fox does have a little bit weaker neutral healing off the back of those beads, where you are able to...
Okay, let's get this. Last game, chat. Last game. It's tied 1-1.
Less strong.
Yeah, and with that Luna being banned from VP's side, so now you don't have that double charm team up, but that means that PULSAR have been protecting this Invisible Woman, and it kind of was getting dove on a little bit. Obviously, they win Museum of Contemplation, but Crisis looked like he was having a hard time getting chased by Fi's Daredevil on Museum, or kind of suffering through the bleeds of the Dino from Nevix. But Crisis has still been able to generate such a good invisible boundary field that kind of owns the real estate through a lot of that. And if you're not running a Doctor Strange or something that could easily burst through the Invisible Woman, it's still a very powerful strategist ultimate, but the neutral is much weaker for Invisible Woman.
Yeah, that neutral Invisible Woman.
You should do watch parties with other streamers as well, like Boger. I want to do watch parties by myself, if that's all right, chat.
So Nevix is going to be in a weird position as a Devil Dinosaur, where they might just try and feed in towards the back. This might be like a catch a bunch of poke with Devil Dinosaur until we get Loki ultimate kind of vibe. but really they want to be attacking the backline with this.
And it's cool how Sparker and Fire are trading out who is going to be on these third strategists. As soon as the bleed is applied, though, you
So you
are
hate
submissive
Boger,
and
damn. If
kidnappable.
that's how you
So
want to
watch
take it,
out
then sure.
for how Nevix and Blur are going to take each other away.
All right, Sepe's managed to claim quite a bit of space here, brings out the regeneration domain, and that's a great grab onto Blur. The question is the follow-up going to be there? No, counter kidnap coming on through, and you can see that Fincy needs attention, isn't able to get it in time. The bleed gets it done. Get exsanguinated, idiot. As
I was sick, Boo Love.
VP.
I was literally sick.
Where did that one come from?
Your ranked comms are coming out.
You're
I'm
spreading
actually on the other side of that,
misinformation.
but, hey, PULSAR win the first wave, and they are playing a more front-to-back composition and running the Emma, obviously, instead of a Captain America, as Fi will linger. As soon as the approach happens, he's looking to jump right on top of Crisis, while Twitzy in the air will be more difficult to actually access, as you can tell.
Fi's approach is noticed. Twitch is already used the imperative firewall here to give over that additional HP and damage boost as well. And now Fi's finding themselves alone.
I know you just hate other
Bro,
Bro.
is drawn on up, and Crisis answers readily. All of
I
those
don't
clones
like
off the
co-streaming with
quickly
other people
taken
because it's
down.
going to be
The
too
double
much
gang is
talking,
broken
and then you
through,
guys
but
can't
Twitzy
hear me
and
talking,
Matisse
and you
are
can't
already
hear the
forward.
casters.
Three
Oh my
of the
god,
strategies
Virtus Pro
have
just
been
rolled them.
dismantled at once. Finally, VP found their calling. There could be time for a recontest here, and yes, Crisis is going to start opening the pentagram of Ferala.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Dredro invisible.
It was actually such a bummer that you got sick.
Slow to make sure PULSAR could not
Yeah, the
escape,
first
but
day
no
I got to
portal.
China,
That's been
I
canceled.
actually had
Crisis is
diarrhea.
gonna
It was
abandon
my body was
and
not
the
used to the
rest
food.
of PULSAR
Also,
will
when I
just
first
play
got to
for the
China,
long game.
they
So
didn't have those
fantastic
normal
job by
toilets.
VP.
The first toilet that I had to
There
use
was
when I had
actually
diarrhea,
canceled. They
chat,
just felt like they didn't
was
have time.
those
But now
in-ground
VP have made
toilets
so
that
many
I've never seen
ultimates,
before.
and mainly
Also, I just
on
want to let you guys know,
Site
before I went to
That
China,
would be
I hit a
big one to
nasty
watch
leg day.
as well. You
So
got the
just
amplifier
imagine
from
how my
Lapses.
first
You have a
experience was in China.
from DRP, but it's the Apex Predator first.
Oh, Galatron
Also, let me
does
keep
grab
in
the
mind
double
that
damage.
the bathroom that I went to also didn't have toilet paper. So I had to steal the next time I went to my hotel, I had to steal the toilet paper and put it in my backpack.
In the aftermath of that fight.
This is good stalling, and this is going to be the job of the Dino to really own this corner. But how much attention do you want to commit to someone like Finzy, who is now behind the Elsa?
Yeah, man.
Ballas gets pulled off by the
But it was I love China, bro. I would go back. It was such a great experience.
The Devil being let out, but Fi a little bit nervous about going much deeper when faced with
Such a great experience, man. Also, I don't know if there's any Canadians here, but I am very jealous of Canada. Because they get to have those Chinese cars, bro. Oh, those Chinese cars are fucking awesome, man.
Now it'll be all eyes on Blur, while VP, they still have their own strategist ultimate. This could be the fight that never ends, and I think PULSAR need to take a lot of minutes off this VP.
Yeah, it's not Canada, dude. It's Canada.
All right, in comes the Freedom Charge. Fincy drags everyone forward here, and Fi certainly needs the overhelp. So much damage coming through. The Rampage of Nevix is now going to be well known. An attempt to try and kidnap DRP. The Tenacity is proc, yes, but I don't think it does too much here. Fincy gets momentarily stunned, and we need to try and put in even more damage. So Sparker lets loose with the Rage of Ultron, and anger management didn't work for the young
Yeah,
droid.
so
Seems
anyways,
like maybe
PLDR, I really don't like co-streaming with other streamers because on top of my talking, you'll have another streamer talking, and if you have another streamer, there's 3 people talking. You can't really hear the casters. There's too much. It's just too much noise, chat. Just too much noise, bro. I don't like it. And I think it's not good for the viewer experience.
And of course, you have 2 Strat ultimates. The sustain is in VP's favor, but they still have to get some card push going. So PULSAR have time, and this is an aggressive invisible boundary.
Yeah, the slow being applied to so many members of PULSAR here. Saipe is ready with a second one with the God of Mischief.
Also, Sparker's on the Ultron again, man. He's not on DPS. It pains me to see such a great DPS player playing another support.
Now has to be drawn forward by Crisis with their own invisible boundary, looking for a target. Fire's going to be the primary one, taking to the skies the Monster Piercer. What can it get done? Pulled on into a mix of a strategist, but maybe they've bitten off more than they could chew on the side of VP as they find themselves temporarily cornered by Blur. Nevix looking for her own kidnap, but unable to really connect as PULSAR seem to have found some stability here.
Yeah, PULSAR living through that wave. I don't know if I agree with the invisible boundary. Now it's like the strategist is now the shot caller in that moment, but Finzy gets checked at the door. Good punish from the Elsa. Now VP really in trouble with only 1 Vanguard. Now no Vanguards.
Oh, yo, and they're making Elsa work, bro. They're making Elsa work.
Gets stepped on by the White Fox. That sees Tilas
They need to take off Sparker off the Ultron though. Put him on Phoenix, man. Have Fi and Sparker both play DPS, bro.
Still have to get to that second point, and we had two strategist ultimates. You had Finzi on the flank. It's just not coming together as the way that VP envisioned it. Now Apex Predator, Rage of Ultron, these are all things on the menu, and Blur is exploring that menu.
Dude, Blur just took Fi's lunch money. Whatever was on the menu, bro cannot afford it. Sparker makes a fall on down with telekinetic beam. He doesn't even have a brain, and yet Emma Frost still gets it done.
Yeah, but Virtus Pro has better ult economy here for the last fight.
Big, and now only 30 seconds, and VP will have to find a way to touch the cart very soon. Finzi is on his own adventures, and Ballas is staring him down.
Appreciate the massive 3 months, my friend. How you doing?
And their Vanguards are just struggling to do just that. Now the strategists are accessible. Saipe can't die here.
Devil unleashed here by Fi. Healing should be good coming through from Twitzy. Grabbed in place by Blur. And while we get chomped on down upon the rest of the
that's
team,
not good that Fi died. They had better ult economy too. What's going on here, chat? The Glartrox is going to pop off.
Very aggressive usage here of the invisible boundary. Try and drag them forth from it. And the healing can't be delivered onto Nevix. And now VP start to see their lives flash before their eyes as Ballas is going to be taking the role.
PULSAR is going ham right now, bro. If Virtus Pro loses their first matchup of the stage 1, chat, that's gonna be insane. Yo, Tutter, appreciate us getting this up to Jay3 Socials.
Multiple players via the teleporter, but you're going to be debuffing yourself straight into an invisible boundary, brought up both by Crisis and by Saipe. A momentary stalemate, and this means that there's no more dinosaur to play with after Nevix has had to swap on over. It's too difficult to try and stay on this point. Fi tries to make something work around the outside, but
there's no way, bro. There's no way. Virtus Pro, oh my god, chat.
Stopped midway through second.
Man, Blur is looking crispy.
Virtus Pro is
I can't lie. Bubbling off Saipe and the rest of VP's strategists from the double Vanguard anchor of Virtus Pro, who are still trying to contest. I mean, it was an uphill battle, but Blur's ability to walk on this
Sparker off Ultron. He is too goated to play support. Slap it, chat, bro.
And then the heals are not being able
Virtus?
to get to people like
Does anyone here follow any of the pro players here, chat? Do you guys watch their streams? Has Virtus Pro been scrimming fucking Sentinels? Are they trying to copy the same shit? Hey, let's take our best DPS player, the best DPS player in the world, and let's just slap him on fucking support for some reason. Bro, what are we doing? Virtus Pro!
Like a dog. He hasn't actually suffered any casualties. He's really
bro.
They could have their own.
Oh, thank you. Wait, why are you guys switching? Okay, wait, they heard me. Now they put Sparker on DPS, but they took Fi off DPS and put him on the Ultron. Wait, that's not what I was talking about. Run 222. Professor Guang said 222 has the highest win rate.
Solo DPS Daredevil, when you're trying to play this kind of front-to-back approach, unideal. I much prefer the Elsa here, which lets you play your front-to-back a lot better, because it was just so hard for the remainder of VP to get in onto that backline. Finzi and Fi kind of just couldn't get a dive together going up against 3 strategists.
Oh, this front to back, I think, could really favor PULSAR. So Nevix has to really communicate with his team if he gets shielded off by the Emma. And Nevix is not someone who goes too crazy. He's not insanely aggressive on the Dino anyway, and he has to be measured. As now the Diamond form from DRP, he's got the mitts out, but no one wants to tango with the Emma.
All right, DRP now having that on cooldown does mean they're a potential prime kidnap target here. Question is, has Blur made it happen already? Nevix gets grabbed on in, up come the shields to try and block off some of that healing, and Twitzy just forced to watch from afar for now. Can't really do the burst damage just needed to get rid of any of their opponents, but it's all about balance building. Already 69% of the way towards a nice ult.
Yeah, Finzi also back on the Emma. Wasn't a comfort pick on Museum, but it's going to be a lot simpler to do it on a map like this. But PULSAR have really crept their way in, but Blur is looking less and less healthy, and Nevix tackles him to the ground.
Oh, what is DRP doing back there? Homie is in Narnia, needs to be rescued off the back of the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, and this is where you get the value. That's going to be a huge kidnap, and it means that Spark is not going to be around.
I gotta go to the bathroom, bro. I don't feel so good.
Temporarily, the Emma Frost has to be rescued here here. Restrejo brings up the invisible boundary. DRP too far out. The damage is good. Twitzy lays down their own with the Rage of Ultron. And it's an exchange of fire between the erstwhile robotic overlord.
Good hold so far from Virtus Pro.
Ran out of momentum.
Good hold so far.
PULSAR not winning that Apex Predator fight is pretty massive because now Sparker has his, and in a tight choke point like this in a very long lane, Sparker dragging attackers into the defender's base is going to be really hard for PULSAR to get the resources to those claimed members, especially against an Emma Frost Shield.
Oh, Blur, yeah, it's it's not looking good for Blur. Gets kidnapped, gets seduced by the pretty lady. What more can a dinosaur get before it gets turned into oil?
VP have brought this time bank down to half, and now it's time for VP to put on a
Oh my
show
God,
against
Blur,
the Psionic
Blur is
Seduction.
getting bullied
And
right now.
DRP
I don't. I
is
feel
trying
bad
to
for the
take
guy, bro.
He's becoming lunch.
The rampage is strong here.
Blur has
It's
died
sort of
3 or
down
4
on their
times in the span of like 2
Blur
minutes, dude. I
standing
feel so
PULSAR.
bad.
They've lost half their time
He's
bank
died.
here,
He
but
got
they do
revived.
have
He
a lot
died. He
to
got.
work with
He
to try
came
and
back
turn
with
it
his
around.
team. He died. He got
Again,
revived.
these
He died.
exchanges of Apex
Bro.
Predators, and I think it's gonna be easy for VP to play the perimeter.
I
This
feel
base
so
is hard
bad.
to claim, while PULSAR are gonna have to look directly into the sun, directly into this Apex Predator. And VP have been good at, taking care of that ultimate and eliminating it in the past. But Sparker is getting checked. You gotta help him.
All right, Ballas can jump inside of Invisible Boundary now, but still wants to try and challenge Saipe. Uses both of their dashes to try and make this one work, and so is going to be in a pretty difficult position. Still, Vincent
Oh, he's gonna
and
wanna
Nevin
use his
both
Glarchalks
all
off the map.
down. The Moon Knight has changed everything here. Twitzy with a quick identification of
Wait,
an
he used.
opening.
Wait, he didn't hit
Now
anyone with
it's
his
gonna be
Glarchalks.
Nevin.
Uh-oh.
TV back means no
Uh-oh.
access to the dinosaur.
Virtus Pro does have 3 ults though.
Damage boost from PULSAR, but VP way more tools in the bank, including an invisible boundary, which could just stabilize them and the field, make it so PULSAR can't move, but PULSAR have the damage.
Lapsus, Atilis, and Blur about to do so much damage. The Glarchalk's going to drag players inside of Invisible Boundary.
Ooh! Sparker with the 2-piece and the ult. Hey, what did I say? I should be a coach. Even though I really don't agree with the 3 supports that they're running, I told you put Sparker on DPS, chat. I told you.
There's no way
I
that
take
PULSAR
credit for this win.
is
And
at
everyone that
20
was saying,
seconds and
J3, how does it feel that you made everyone vote Virtus Pro and lose their channel points? Eat
expended, the Hail Mary Moon Knight.
my ass.
PULSAR
Lick-
have to touch
lick
it.
my
There's no
feet.
portaling. Emergency
I am
crew
never
close to
wrong.
The Strangling Prison is, well, that combo with the Moon Knight's the only thing they have.
When you come for the king, you best not miss, and it's got to be DRP who's going to try and take the
When you
shot
come
right
for the
now, but
king,
taking
you better
so much
not
damage.
miss. Oh my
Almost
God,
has
I didn't know
the
Flax was
prison.
playing.
He's ready to let it rip.
Is that why PULSAR's
Look
loot?
at the Moon Knight combo. Season 1.5 seems to have done nothing. There's no one inside it. VP spread out. They knew the threats and they identified them. DRP is taken down, and now Sparker is free to just let loose with shot after shot. Watch for Dinosaur go
Hey!
around and watch PULSAR score
Hey!
from the point.
Who
VP
was
saying that it
right?
was nice of you to come here.
Who was
We've
right
got no
now?
room
Hit the
for
check mark, bro.
challenges.
Check mark.
On the
Who
edge
was
of
right?
defeat and on the
Who
edge of
was
the
right?
fight. That is a
You
heartbreaking
are welcome,
way
bro.
To end the series for PULSAR, but also
Bang!
a rude
Didn't
awakening
I
for
tell you?
Virtus Pro into
Put
the
Sparker
upcoming
on
competition
DPS.
that awaits
And it's
them
almost
in
like
Group A.
it's almost like
I mean,
bro,
what is showing from
my
PULSAR,
brain is
but
so
Virtus Pro,
big. It's
even
like
off their
what's that cartoon chat? It's like
main
Jimmy
picks,
Neutron,
still
bro.
ended up winning
I am
the series. It
24/7
was just
in
the
brain
best of
blast
3,
mode,
but
bro.
Man, Vaudable,
24/7
if this is
in
what's
brain
store for
blast
the rest of
mode.
Stage 1, I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, let's get it. Let's get it.
as,
Oh.
much of a thriller of a series as we could have asked for, right,
410
between
people
VP and
trusted
PULSAR.
me.
I think this put a lot of
116
teams
people
on
did not
notice
trust me, and
against
that's why
PULSAR
they're
in their
losing
group
$1.2
specifically with
million.
how close they played
Uh-huh.
the World